Hello, everybody. Hope you're all doing well today. So, well, once again, we're gonna be back at it with the good old Doki Doki Blue Skies. I've been waiting for this. Sorry, I gotta turn that down for myself. That music can get a little loud for me. So, yeah, I hope everyone's been doing well, this past few days. We haven't, seen each other since Tuesday, I think? Yeah, it was like Tuesday or something. So it's been a few days. And like I said, we're gonna be doing Doki Doki Blue Skies for the 2 days I am off this week, which is awesome. Whether or not I'll get through all of Sayori's route in those 2 days is up in the air, but if I think I'm close toward the end, I will make either the second part, the second stream, just, you know, extra long to finish it off, or I will have at least one day next week dedicated to Blue Skies to finish it off entirely. Because I would rather not, you know, wait 2 weeks just for, like, maybe 20 minutes of this. You know how it is. I'd love to be able to finish it off all at once, kind of thing. So I can start next week mostly fresh. Speaking of next week, I do not know my schedule just yet. I'll probably find that out after stream at some point. Hopefully, for sure, by Friday, I will know what my work schedule is, so then I can get my stream schedule out for you guys. Hopefully. Maybe. Okay, so, where did we leave off last with Blue Skies here? Oh, that's right, it was Christmas. It was good old Christmas time. We exchanged gifts, had some fun with the girls, and then through Sayori's trickery, managed to get us underneath mistletoe, in our own house no less, to have a nice Christmas kiss. And then after the other girls left, it became more kisses. And now we're into Act 3. We started a little bit into that. I don't think too much happened, other than just more of us talking. Yeah. Wasn't anything crazy. So yeah, we're going to be continuing on into Act 3 of Sayori's route. And wow, I actually peeked there very briefly. Huh. Interesting. Probably because I'm a little closer to the mic. Maybe. I'm still working this thing out. I'm pretty sure, yeah, once I do get my next paycheck, I am just going to end up buying the boom arm. It's fairly cheap. It's like 30 bucks. That's not too bad. Because I kind of hunch a little bit when I've got the mic down here like this now. I'd love to, you know, set it nicely. I feel a little more professional that way, too. I'm slowly kind of feeling a little more professional for me. Boom arm, profile pic. I'll admit it, I'm like an accessory whore, in a way. I love all the little shit. I am a huge accessory whore in that way. I love all the little tiny little doodads I can hang on. That's just me. Oh, one moment, checking something very, very quick. As usual. Mm-hmm. Alright, that is gonna be saved for later. Perfect. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Alright, I think I've dawdled enough, just randomly talking about nothingness. Settings, I mean, we're already past Halloween, and that's always going to be safe, but I'll just always click those on. I really wish that saved. I really wish this option saved every time you'd be, like, booted out the game. It's kind of a pain to have to go back and manually click it every time. But whatever. It is what it is. Alright, we're going to load our game, which I believe... Yep, right here. So I guess our holiday break is over with, so it's back to school. Woo. Get some more Sakurai. Alright. So, let's get right back to it. and here we are back in class. Man, the holidays really whizzed by in a flash. Seeing Sayori in the mornings really makes a huge difference to how I perceive the school day. Am I a morning person now? Maybe she really is my sunshine. Oh yeah, I forgot. We were, cringy teen now, basically. With all these cliched things we say about her and to her. Whatever. Whatever. He's a teenager with his first love. He gets a pass. For now. Just like her poem. She's really made me mushy, hasn't she? Wonder what Mom would think. Alright, this is either Emmy or Shiori. I'm gonna go with Emmy because Emmy. Psst. Morning, Emmy. Good Christmas break?
So, did it work?
Huh?
Sayori, duh! Are you guys together yet?
Going straight in, I see.
Well, are you?
Yeah, we are. Of course Emmy calls it.
I knew it! Are you going...
Well, I think that's everyone. As the last student makes their way to their desk, Sakurai puts down the register and stands in front of the class. Hope everyone had a good break. There's a weak, lukewarm murmur. Come on, guys. You've got it easy. Your exams were before the break. I used to teach at a school that had January exams. At least they had a reason to be so unenthusiastic about returning. Anyone get anything cool for Christmas? Of course. Of course she gets some more running shoes. The Blue Skies version of Mako still wants to see her daughter run.
Yeah, Mom finally caved and got me these new pair of running sneakers.
Practical for sure. A friend of mine got me... a plant. I'm not sure what about it is, me that screams Flower Man, but hey, life's full of surprises. Anyway, given I was supposed to start lesson 5 minutes ago, let's begin, shall we? I mean, Natsuki got Yuri a plant for Christmas. I don't know why Sakurai's friend got him a plant, and we'll never know. That's just how it is. You're not gonna know everything about everybody. That'd be life. Normally I'd eat outside when it comes to lunchtime. Given how cold it's gotten recently, the outdoors doesn't particularly appeal to me right now. A lot of students opt to just eat in their homeroom, especially as the temperatures drop outside. The clubroom is also a viable choice, and luckily is always free around lunchtime. Over the Christmas break, we suggested eating there in the clubroom, and despite Monica saying she couldn't make any promises, the decision was pretty much universally agreed on. With my stomach gurgling, I make my way over. Yuri and Natsuki are already there by the time I arrive. While they're not exactly best friends or anything, their friendship is much less shaky than it was 3 months ago. I could tell that Natsuki's thoughtfulness really touched Yuri. Hey guys.
Romeo himself has arrived.
Natsuki. Afternoon, Baron. Monica's not here yet?
It's not much of a surprise, is it? You know, given how she has like 5 million extracurriculars going on.
The door swings open and Sayori walks through, a cheery smile on her face. Alright, Sayori's having a good day today. Good. It's from the little things, you can just kind of tell. So, today is an up day for Sayori. We'll take it while we can. We just gotta take it one day at a time. That's all. Oh, yeah, reminder, Command Blue Skies for the brief description of what Blue Skies is, and then Command CW for content warnings. You gotta remember to mention those. They are in the title. Feel free to use them at any time if you need to walk away at any point, because the subject matter might get a little too much for you. Go right ahead. That is fair. Totally fair. We all understand.
Hey! I'm so glad we all decided to eat together for lunchtimes. Looking back, I'm kind of surprised no one suggested it earlier. Well, it's a new year and a new start. All we need now is
Once again, the door swings open, and Monica waves at us, an apologetic smile on her face. Sorry. I had so much stuff to sort out. My teacher was talking to me about university applications.
Already? But your second year of high school isn't even over yet.
Alright, so they're second years, Natsuki's a first year. Okay, that clears that up entirely. And I think Japanese high school is 3 years in high school. That's it. It's just 3 years, first, second, and third year, and then you're out. Pretty sure that's how that works. Unlike in North America, where it's generally 4 years of high school. Because their elementary school goes their schooling is pretty different. Still. Yeah, it is kind of different. It's like you got your elementary and junior high that encompasses most of your year or something. I can't remember the specifics, but it is different. That's all I remember. It is fairly different. Monica sighs and wearily rubs her temples, pulling out her food. Yeah, I know. It's stressful to say the least. Plus, I'm getting the results of my December exams back soon.
Don't worry, Monica. I'm sure you've done just fine. You work so hard. I'd be inclined to agree. You're a model student, and I know how much effort you put into your studies.
Oh, tried to do that all in one breath, didn't work out. Monica smiles at their efforts, but doesn't look wholly convinced. Oh, now that we're all here, I should tell you we don't have a club meeting today. There wouldn't be much point, given none of us have any poems to share. We can hold a session tomorrow, though, if you guys are interested. I know we didn't hold too many last semester, and that's on me, sorry. I had a lot going on. Yeah, I'm down for a meeting tomorrow. I'm probably a little rusty, so it'll be a good chance to get back into it. I turn to Sayori. We could write one together if you like. I'm still not as good as you, so this could be a good way to learn.
Oh, that could be really fun! Tonight?
Yep.
Well, that's the two lovebirds sorted. Works for me.
Yuri also nods in agreement. Well, I'll see you guys tomorrow then. She finishes writing something down in her planner. I also notice she's using the pen Yuri got her for Christmas. Judging by the shy smile on Yuri's face, it's safe to say she's also noticed. Monica suddenly stands up, swiftly packing away her food containers.
Wait, you're leaving so soon?
Yeah, I can't really stick around. Need to talk to my parents about the whole university thing. They've been hounding me ever since exam season started. See you guys later. And just like that, she's gone. Free time is foreign for her, isn't it?
She really has so much going on. I couldn't fathom being in her shoes. The stress would be too much.
Yeah, we know how Yuri does with pressure and emotions. Oh boy. Yeah, Yuri would not do well in the kind of situation Monica's in.
Oh, those exams you have to take for university? I don't envy you guys in the slightest. Well, we don't take those exams until third year. But I think Monica has started her prep recently.
Yeah, joys of being a first year, Natsuki. Count yourself lucky, because you'll be in Monica's shoes before you know it. Wonder how long it'll be till Sakurai starts asking me the same thing. The question lingers on my mind as the rest of lunch break passes by. As the end of the school day arrives, I wander down the corridor towards Sayori's homeroom. Along the way, I spot Yuri leaving her own classroom.
Hello again, Baron.
Yuri looks away nervously, fiddling with a strand of hair.
You don't have to, of course, but...
She stands there, struggling to find the right words. What?
If you'd like, would you like to walk home together?
Huh? You want to walk home with me?
Sorry, it's a stupid suggestion. I don't know why I asked.
It's not like I didn't want to or anything. I just didn't expect you to ask. Also, Yuri, why are you hanging out with us more like this now? It's just a little odd, but okay.
Are you sure? I know you normally walk with Sayori, and I wouldn't want to intrude upon that or anything.
You're worrying for nothing, Yuri. Why would she mind? The more the merrier. It's cool. I was just on my way to go and find her now, so feel free to tag along. Soon after, I spot Sayori in the hallway. She looks curiously at Yuri trailing behind me. There you are. Give her a daring peck on the lips, causing her to blush.
Bro, no PDAs in the halls.
We learned that in Yuri route.
Hey!
Ready to walk home? Yuri's gonna be joining us this time, if that's okay.
I hope it's no bother.
Surprise flashes across Yuri's features, gone as soon as it... Oh, Sayori's features, gone as soon as it appeared. Huh. Ugh. I'm surprised I have not been tripped up that much before yet, with Sayori and Yuri. Their name, because you know, the latter part of Sayori's name is similar enough to Yuri's that you could trip up on it. Especially if you're not thinking, just kind of quickly, you know, speed read. Oh well.
Oh! Sure, that's fine. Although, I can't come with you guys today. Oh? My homeroom teacher wanted to talk to me about some stuff. So you two go ahead. I'll walk with you two tomorrow.
Are you sure? Pretty sure we can wait. Yuri nods in agreement.
It's no bother.
But Sayori shakes her head.
No, there's no telling how long it'll go on for. Plus, I think it might be a long discussion. I'll see you tomorrow.
Ah, okay then. See you soon.
Bye, Sayori.
Slightly strange walking home with Yuri. Nothing against her, of course. I'd just grown too used to Sayori being there instead. Although Yuri's still fairly shy, I've noticed she's come out of her shell a little bit, especially since we went Christmas shopping together. Not that I'm complaining or anything, but why'd you want to walk home with me today?
Well...
She looks away and sighs.
It's just... not so easy.
I don't push it. If my fight with Sayori taught me anything, it's that you can never tell what demons people are internally battling. We know what she's battling inside, sadly enough. Again, this is... Yeah, like, again, with games like this with multiple routes, they kind of hint at what's going on in another person's route, just a tiny little bit. And then when you go through a different route, like when you go through their route, you get that full experience, you know exactly what's going on. Then when you go to other routes, you got more context into why they might be acting a certain way. Like, we know what Yuri is going through, so it makes a lot of what she says and what she's doing have a different meaning. Because, I mean, otherwise, if we just played this going through Sayori's route first, all we would have would be baseline Doki Doki to go off of, and the most we have is Act 2 Yuri cutting herself, so we'd have an idea maybe she's doing that here? Possibly? Other than that, we know she's just very shy, but also very, you know, smart and analytical. So if we went straight from, baseline Doki Doki to Blue Sky's just Sayori route, we have no idea what's going on with Yuri. We figured we'd know there's probably something more happening. But because we went through Yuri route first, and now into Sayori's route, it's like, oh... Yeah, we got to go through the rest of this game now in the other two routes, knowing what's going on with Yuri. And then even when we go through Natsuki route, after this one, we now go through that one with both the knowledge of what's going on with Yuri and what's going on with Sayori. And then there's also the little hints of what could have been the Monica route. So if Monica did have a full route, and we would go through it, we'd be going through it with the full knowledge of what the other three girls have going on in their lives at the moment, and where they kind of are mentally and emotionally. It changes it. It'll change how you view it entirely. That's actually something I really like about visual novels. Especially with multiple routes. Like this. You get the little hints of the other routes, and when you go through them, they become a lot more apparent. There I am rambling again. I've said this stuff multiple times before. I know I have. I cannot get over it. I love stuff like this. Anyway, let's continue on. Given I still know very little about Yuri, it's definitely best to err on the side of caution.
The Christmas period has always been very family-oriented, at least for me. For as long as I can remember, my parents used to put a lot of effort into making Christmas memorable. Especially in this country, the focus of Christmas is on spreading happiness. From what I read, Christmas is a more festivity concerned with religion in Western countries.
Fair?
But I digress. I haven't spent Christmas with my family in a while.
And if you don't mind me asking, why's that? Yuri looks away, picking at her sleeves. I've noticed she tends to do that when she's upset or nervous.
They weren't around this year.
There's a pause. I feel like there's more to her answer, but again, instinct tells me not to push it. We know her parents are dead. She's alone. She's an orphan. Essentially. Yeah, that stings a little more. And even that, she referred to her parents in the in the past tense. I mean, yeah, in the past tense. How they used to make it memorable. That is a good bit of, continuity there. Just continually referring to her parents in the past tense. They used to do this. They were this.
The Christmas period was very lonely, as you can imagine. Going shopping with you, exchanging gifts, playing with all the club members. It truly was the highlight of December. Although, it was only temporary. When I got home, I took out the peace lily Natsuki gave me. It was such a thoughtful gift, but it was also bittersweet. That would have been the type of present my parents would have gotten me. So while it was lovely to receive the plant, it was also a reminder that my parents weren't the ones to give it to me.
Hey, Yuri. I had no idea you were so lonely. If you had told me this earlier, I would have loved to have spent time with you. I had a lot of fun when we did our Christmas shopping. You're really good company and gave really useful advice.
Well, you and Sayori are a couple, and the last thing I'd want to do would be to intrude on that.
I wave her concern away. Yuri, Sayori and I both like you. You're a friend. You've seen how Sayori makes it her top priority to ensure her friends are happy. It's not a problem at all.
I'm sorry to bother you with my troubles like this. It's just that I couldn't really talk to the other two girls. Monika's constantly very busy, and Natsuki... Well, our friendship has definitely improved since you first saw us argue, but...
Not at a stage where you can be comfortable asking her to hang out.
Yes. I've always been quite solitary by nature, and while I enjoy time to myself, sometimes it would be nice to spend time with another person. Especially one as open-minded and considerate as you. Not that I don't appreciate the other club members. It's just that... Well, I haven't really spent a day with any of them where it's just the two of us. And... well, I think it's rather obvious that social etiquette isn't an area I excel in.
Hey, well, I'm glad you're comfortable around me and able to tell me about all this, Yuri. I know what it's like to be lonely. Last year, before I reconnected with Sayori and met all you guys, I was pretty much alone too. I mean, I had classmates, sure, but we never really spent time together outside of class. A lot of my free time was spent alone. And then my parents had a divorce, so it made it a lot worse. So, yeah. I'd hate for someone else to go through that. Especially someone who's this good a friend. I give her a quick hug. Based on the look on her face, it's safe to say she definitely was not expecting it.
Thank you, Baron. It really means a lot to me.
Nothing to thank me for. That's what friends do. Anyway, what are you up to tonight?
Well, given the semester has only just begun, I'm relatively free, as I don't have any homework to complete. I've also started this new book. It's very popular, so you may have heard of it as well.
Ooh. Breathe, Baron, breathe!
The story revolves around a group of children and their struggle against a supernatural, homicidal entity, which uses shape-shifting to exploit its victims' worst fears.
She's reading it. She's reading Stephen King's It.
It typically takes the form of a deranged-looking clown.
Actually, I have heard of that one. The kids later go on to fight the monsters as adults, like 20 years later, right? Yuri's eyes light up. I've been meaning to get into it.
Well... I actually have a spare copy, if you'd be interested in reading it.
Oh? Well, that's a coincidence if I've ever seen one. Sure thing. I'll let you know how I'm finding it, if you'd like.
If that's something you'd want to do, that would be lovely.
Well, this is me.
Okay.
I guess Yuri really wasn't gross in our conversation. Now that we're here, there's a wistful, sad look on her face that she tries to hide by turning away.
Well, I'll see you tomorrow. And thanks for letting me walk with you.
It's nothing, Yuri. And thanks for the book. I'll get started on this tonight.
I look forward to hearing your thoughts on the first few chapters tomorrow, then.
She turns and leaves. As I absentmindedly watch her walk down the street, I can't help but wonder if there's any more I can do for her. In some ways, her situation is like Sayori's. Both girls struggling with an invisible adversary, and I was totally oblivious. Given Yuri's solitary nature, I suppose it's easier to see. I wonder if Monica and Natsuki are struggling with anything as well. Yes. And a Yuri wrote told us they're all struggling with stuff. The weird confession circle they decided to have one day. Given the latter's prickly nature, I don't think she'd ever tell me. And with Monica, seems she's under a lot of pressure from her parents and teachers. This club isn't exactly the epitome of happiness, is it? After an hour or so later, Sayori texted me to let me know she was on her way. Man, her teacher really kept her for a while. Now, we've settled down in the living room, pens and papers at the ready.
I can't decide what this poem should be about. Sorry.
I'm not actually that bothered about writing a poem. To be honest, I only suggested this so we could spend more time together. Bruh.
Really?
I maneuvered myself so I'm sitting directly behind her, wrapping my arms around her back. She giggles and leans backwards. Uh-huh.
But Baron...
I know. With a sigh, I detach myself and pull up the notepad in front of me, pen in hand. After a while, we're both finished with our poems. Sayori wasn't kidding when she said she does better in creative subjects. Watching her brainstorm and write her poem has proven to be a real eye-opener. Although not quite to the same extent as Yuri, Sayori really gets lost in her own little world. As she wrote, I was struck by how much attention goes into her work. For instance, she deliberately avoids cliches and has an interesting varied rhyme scheme. Her language is emotive and effective, enabling the reader to vividly picture what she's talking about. It's easy to immerse yourself into the world she creates, and the best part was seeing the look on her face as she wrote. My poem obviously can't hold a candle to hers, but it was at least much more enjoyable to write my poem with her next to me. Sayori? What did your homeroom teacher want to talk to you about?
Oh, that. Well, I haven't been handing my homework in on time. I've just been... Well, it's impossible to find motivation to work on it sometimes.
Ugh. Stop trying to do lines in one breath, damn it! Ugh. Whatever, that's my fault. Haven't you thought about telling him about... well, your depression? I'm sure they'd be a bit more lenient if they knew what was going on. From their perspective, they probably just think you're being lazy.
Maybe. That would be a lot of hassle.
As she talks, I reach over to my bag and pull out the book Yuri lent me.
Oh, what's that? It looks scary.
Oh yeah, it's a book Yuri lent me while we were walking home. Sorry about that. Coughing a lot more lately. Never a great sign, who knows. Still feel fine, just coughing. Then again, is that anything new for me when I try to do my voice acting? I eventually start coughing at some point. Professional voice actor? I am not. I wouldn't even call myself amateur. I'm just a guy that makes random noises with his vocal cords. She just got into this book herself and happened to have a spare copy, just as I told her I always wanted to read this book as well. What a coincidence, eh? There's silence for a few seconds. Did I say something wrong? Sayori?
Oh, sorry. I was just, looking at the front cover.
Pretty creepy, huh? Another awkward silence.
Baron, why did Yuri want to walk home with you?
Huh? Why does she look angry all of a sudden? Bruh. Do you not get what's going on? I saw this a mile away. I saw it coming a mile away. Let's see, well, your second day in the literature club, Yuri buys a book for you, the same one that she has, to, to make you feel welcome. Now, after you're confirmed dating Sayori, Yuri decides she's gonna walk home with you, talks about a book, and when you say you've kind of been wanting to read it, she also happens to have a second copy. Game Baron is dense as fuck. Every time. Oh, that. I'm not sure if I should tell Sayori about Yuri feeling really lonely. As good as their friendship is, Yuri's confession was rather personal. I can't tell you.
Why not?
Well, it's personal.
Okay.
Yuri's just... Well, she's going through some difficult times at the moment. And we're friends, so... I guess that's why she wanted to talk to me.
And you like spending time with her, don't you?
I mean... Yeah? Isn't that normal between friends? Oh, I see where this is going, and it is not a good place.
Yeah, of course it is. I'm glad you two get along so well. You two also went Christmas shopping together, right?
Yep. She's actually really good with suggestions. But she did take ages in the stationery shop. You'd think I'd be used to that, given how long you spend you spend at any shops that have candy. Dude, shut up, shut the fuck up. I playfully nudge her, but she barely responds. You okay? You seem a little tense.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was just thinking about all the homework I need to catch up on. I should probably get going, actually.
Really? She stands up and heads to the door. I forgot something. One moment. How could I play this game without my co-host? I can't believe I went for almost an hour without Sayori. I still wish I could get her a lot closer. Might be able to. One moment. Okay, that's about as close as I can get Sayori. I don't have the room to put a chair directly beside me. I have a dresser on this side and, like, a tower on this side. Literally, what you see on the camera cuts them out. Like, just cuts them out. I think if I pushed my monitor back or turned my camera, you would see them more. And it's like, yeah, I've got an enclosed space. Like, that's as far as I can move my arms out to the side. They're still bent. Still bent. Okay. Did I miss something? Oh, I see what's going on here now.
You could always ask Yuri to come over. She's better company than I am, anyway.
Huh? She closes the door, and I'm left there, wondering what that was all about. Did I say something to upset her? Or perhaps she had a fight with Yuri? I mean, that explained why she seemed angry at the mention of Yuri's name. I'm too tired to think this one over. I'll ask her about it tomorrow. Bruh. I know why she's upset. Feeling refreshed after a decent night's sleep, I'm patiently waiting for Sayori. The winter chill really has no mercy, especially this early in the morning. Thankfully, Sayori isn't particularly late, and before we know it, we're on our way to school.
Hey, Baron.
Yes, Lady Sayori, how can I be of service on this fine winter morning?
I was curious. Who's your favorite club member?
Not including you? I don't really have any, to be honest. None of them are as awesome as you.
Come on! You've gotta like one of them more than the others!
I narrow my eyebrows. Where's this question come from? Why the sudden interest?
I just want to know how well you're getting along with the others.
Definitely not Natsuki, for obvious reasons. Never got the feeling that she likes me, plus it's always really awkward when it's just the two of us. Spoke to her alone once last semester, and it was a painful experience.
What about Monica?
Compared to Natsuki, we definitely get along better. She looked super appreciative when I told her how much I liked the club just before we performed. But to be honest, she's always been a little intimidating. I nervously scratched the back of my head. You know, being the perfect student and all. Maybe I'm imagining it, but sometimes I get the impression that she might look down on me. Uriel confirms, yeah, she kind of looks down on everyone. Even when she doesn't want to, just because it's how she's been brought up all her life, and she hates herself for it. Don't get me wrong, I definitely appreciate all the hard work for the club and all. All of her hard work for the club and all. Much like Natsuki, we've never really spent time together, so I wouldn't really say she's my favorite either.
So, what about Yuri?
Unless I'm mistaken, Sayori is trying really hard to appear nonchalant. It isn't working particularly well. Well... yeah, I'd probably say her. I mean, I got to know her a little better over last semester, and when she went from someone who could barely maintain eye contact with me to someone who agreed to go shopping with me when it was just us. I've enjoyed seeing her come out of her shell to allow me to see the real her, I guess.
Ah, okay. That's what I thought.
Sayori, is everything okay? I noticed that you left kinda abruptly last night after we talked about Yuri. Did you guys have an argument or something? I really can't imagine those two having a fallout of all people. It's extremely rare for Sayori to get angry, along with the fact that their personalities don't clash at all. So, what could it be? It's called jealousy. She's jealous. Her depression is making her feel like Yuri is a better match for us than her. That's what's going on, Game Baron. Put two and two together, you dumbass.
Oh, of course not, silly. I was just a bit surprised at how friendly she's been with you recently. That's all. Given how shy she is, I'm just curious to, I'm just a bit surprised. That's all.
Right. School is looming in sight, so unfortunately our conversation will have to end here. So, as you can tell, the 1930s were very important for European history. Countries all across the continent were experiencing significant changes, both politically and socially. Now, I've made it my New Year's resolution to end my lessons before the bell rings, so... we'll call it there. Oh, by the way, could I have a word, Baron? I swear to God, those must be the scariest words you could ever hear. Well, along with, I'm pregnant. We have to talk. Or, it's not you, it's me. Hopefully things I won't hear from Sayori. Especially that second one. What was the second one? We have to talk? We have to talk? Yeah, that's a dangerous one. Usually we have to talk goes hand in hand with it's not you, it's me. The one that's really kind of scary for especially teens would be the I'm pregnant. When you're a teenager and not prepared, holy fuck. Congratulations, you gotta grow up real fast. Mistakes do happen. It's just, oh my god, that is scary for a teenager to hear. Their whole world just kind of goes a little topsy-turvy for a bit, especially because they're not prepared. Hardly anybody is when they're a teenager. I approach the front desk, awkwardly hovering by the side. I need to give you the results of your exam, so here they are. Okay, add I need to give you the results of your exams to that list. He pulls out a piece of paper and lowers his voice, as some students are eating nearby. You don't have to look like you've seen a ghost. My mind wanders back to last October. Funny he should mention ghosts. For the most part, you've done well. Your grades in history, Japanese and English especially, were satisfactory. Looks like being in that literature club has really helped, huh? How did you know about that? Baron, please. I'm a wise old owl. Aren't you one of the youngest teachers in the school? Bro, dude, don't ruin Sakurai's moment. He sighs dramatically. You can never let me have my fun, can you? Although, your grades in other subjects could be a little better. Namely, math and physics. It's not a cause for concern, but I know you can do better. Yeah, about that. Truth be told, last semester was kinda hectic. Relationship stuff. Ah, Sayori? How did you know? His eye twinkles with a knowing smile. Anyway, you're a bright student. Well, when you want to be. So breathe a sigh of relief. I'd recommend paying attention to the technical stuff from math and physics especially. And don't be afraid to ask for help when it's needed. Not everyone can excel at everything, but I have faith in your ability to bring your grades up. Thanks, sir. The past few months weren't easy. Relationships are tricky. So I'm glad I was able to keep up academically, at least. He pauses to study me, offering a shrewd smile. Of course. Just be careful not to make Sayori jealous. From what I've seen, the literature club is full of girls. He chuckles to himself. Now, I gotta go to a meeting that I have to pretend to be interested in. There really is no rest for the wicked. With a nod, he turns to leave. As I turn to follow him, my brain keeps replaying his words over to me. Just be careful not to make Sayori jealous. Fumbling for my phone, I noticed a text from Monica, sent to all the club members in a group chat. Hey guys, just been told the club room is being used after school today. It's for a supervision session for people to talk to their teachers about their exam grades. Plus, something super important has popped up, which means I can't make it. I'll do my best to rearrange it. Sorry, guys. I mechanically shoot a reply while on autopilot. My brain is whirring at 1,000,000 miles an hour as I finally realize something I should have seen coming. Before I can say anything, Sayori starts the conversation.
So, my teacher gave me my exam results back.
Oh?
Yeah. I can't really complain, I guess. I did much better than I thought I would for biology. But physics was a bit of a nightmare. Math wasn't great either. But on the whole, I think I've done okay.
Sayori, are you jealous of Yuri? You're just gonna come out and say it, aren't you? Zero fucking tact. The abruptness of my question, along with the clash of conversation topics, takes her by surprise. For a moment, there's a silence. A silence which grows heavier as I realize how tactless I was with my approach. No shit!
What makes you think that?
You're my girlfriend, and I've known you for years.
What would I have to be jealous of?
She's trying to sound confident in her answer, but the wavering in her voice gives her away. I don't know, that we spent time together, The Christmas shopping and her walking home with me yesterday? Sayori turns away, so I can't read the expression on her face. When she replies, she's talking to the ground.
I'm sorry, Baron. It's just... you seem so happy with her, and...
We're just friends, Sayori. I would have thought you could see that. Don't you... trust me? I'm not sure I want to hear the answer.
It's not that I don't trust you. It's just that... I'm trying to believe that I'm worth your time. And then I hear about how she's your favorite member of the club, and you really enjoyed seeing her come out of her shell.
So that's why she's asking me. It all makes sense now. First her depression, and now the jealousy.
And when I asked why Yuri wanted to walk home with you, you said you couldn't tell me why because it was personal.
I mentally smacked myself. Looking back, of course that answer must have sounded suspicious.
I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to sound like I doubted you or anything.
Oh, Sayori. Sayori and I settle into my house. Once we're comfortable, I continue to press her. No, Sayori, it's not your fault. I didn't really see it from your perspective at all. Please, believe me when I say you're the only one I want. Yuri's a great friend, but that's it. The feelings I felt for her have always been platonic. I wrap her into a hug and she sighs. As I stroke her, she clings to me, hiding her face in the folds of my blazer. I'm the one who should be apologizing. I'm totally new to relationships, so I really don't have a clue what I'm doing.
It's okay. I didn't think you were doing it to hurt me or anything.
Okay, good. Because I'd never do anything to hurt you. Not if it's such an idiot. Yuri has just been feeling really lonely recently. I briefly fill Sayori in what Yuri told me yesterday. One moment. Alright, yep, sorry about that. Just had to answer the phone. Not entirely sure if I should be telling her this, but at this point in time, I'm much more concerned with complete clarity between Sayori and I.
Oh, so that's why. It makes a lot of sense thinking about it. Although I can't help but think...
She looks down at the ground again, nervously biting her lip.
I can't help but feel that Yuri likes you, Baron.
Eh? Really?
You can be really dense sometimes.
Sometimes? All the time! He is denser than fucking lead. And I'm out of tea. Wunderbar. There's a sad playfulness to her tone.
Yes, really. She's trying to spend more time with you. She really appreciates your company. It's subtle, but I can tell by the way she looks at you. I think she gets attached really quickly.
But she said she knew we were together and didn't want to intrude on that or anything. Sayori?
Maybe I was right then.
About what?
About me just dragging you down. What can I even give you that Yuri can't? You said it yourself. She's lonely, and if she was with you, then she'd be happy. She's smart, she's really pretty, she's really elegant. And what am I? I'm just an airhead. I can't even find time to get ready in the morning. I'm just dead weight to you.
Fucking Christ. Yeah, that hurts. That actually kind of hurts a little. Just hearing her say that about her, that hurts. Yeah. There's so much more than that, Sayori. Even if Yuri was the most desirable girl on the planet, I wouldn't give a damn. She's the only person I want. You know something? When I was walking with Yuri yesterday, I couldn't help but wish it was you I was with. It was only the one time we didn't walk together, but one time is all I needed to realize how much I enjoy walking home with you. So what if you can't find time to get ready in the morning? You're still beautiful, even when you don't try.
Ah, Baron. You're just saying that, though.
I swear on my life that I'm being 100% genuine. These are the things I've always wanted to say to you, but I've never really known how. And that's not all. I wake up every day, and I feel so goddamn lucky knowing that you're my girlfriend. You've always been there for me when I needed it the most. I don't think I've ever told you how happy you make me. I pull her in close for a kiss. She clings close to me, and I can sense the urgency in her touch. It's impossible to describe how it feels to hold her in this moment of vulnerability. I don't really care how elegant Yuri is. And if I'm being honest, that's her. Who she is. I much prefer your quirkiness and how silly we can be together. We have that link that no other girl in the world can say they have.
We really do have that history together, don't we?
A history that I'd never trade for anything.
Baron?
Mm-hmm.
Please don't leave me. I know I'm being selfish for asking that.
You're not.
It's still so confusing. But when I'm with you, I feel warm inside. And I think that, well, just for a moment, that maybe everything will be okay. I can't really understand why you care so much about me. But I'll trust you.
I'm glad, Sayori. I really am. But if I'm being honest... She looks up at me. We can't do this alone. I think we should look into getting you some therapy. Okay. Drop in the therapy card. I mean, definitely is something she should look into. She looks away. I'll obviously always be here for you, but I'm just a normal teenage guy. There's only so much I can do.
I don't know.
Why not?
It's just a really scary thought. I don't want to go through all that false hope again.
Again?
I've tried therapy and antidepressants before, Baron. Back when I was first diagnosed with depression. Everyone told me it would work. They told me that I would feel okay again. But that never happened. I was much younger back then, and everything was a million times scarier and more confusing. All of those tests, all of the questions, the drugs. I didn't know what was wrong with me. The whole thing was terrifying.
What I'd give to be a medical professional right now. Okay, so Sayori has tried therapy and antidepressants, and it didn't work out for her. So now she's hesitant to try again. Okay, what are my content warnings right now? Mental illness, depression, Takasu. Yeah, there's that. If there's anyone thinks I should add, please let me know and I will add to the list, because I feel like there might be a little bit more. Just a bit more. Because this is... Yeah. Wow, Sayori, I had no idea.
I wouldn't have expected you to have known.
Would you believe me if I said things would be different this time around?
And how would you know that?
I wouldn't, at least for sure. But if we leave this unchecked, how would things ever change? I know it must be really hard for you, Believe me, I can only imagine what you're going through. And I totally get why you'd be reluctant to try it again. But I promise you that this time, I'll be here. You wouldn't have to go through it all all of it alone. Through it all, whatever. It's all there. I squeeze her hand.
Well...
We'll get through it together. Remember?
But what if it doesn't work again?
Find another doctor or another therapist until it does then.
It's not gonna be that easy, though.
I know. But I'm never gonna give up on you, so I don't care how long it takes. You're so selfless in how much you care about other people's happiness. But I want you to be happy.
Do I really deserve that, though?
If other people deserve happiness, why don't you, Sayori? Just ask yourself that. Can she come up with an answer why? Please? For me?
Okay. For you.
Feels like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. Finally, I feel like I'm not alone in trying to help Sayori anymore. I know this must have been a really difficult thing to agree to. I'm really proud of you. You're much braver than you realize. Although, I haven't been too pushy or anything, have I? I want to encourage you, not force you.
It's something I would have had to try sooner or later, I guess. Well, there's always the chance that therapy might fail again. It's also the only way I could potentially get better.
See? That's the spirit. She doesn't look wholly convinced, but smiles anyway.
I'll do it for you, Baron. I'm not gonna hold my breath, but if it makes you happy, I'll give it a try.
That's all I can ask for right now. It means a lot to me that you'd be willing to try again.
Well, let's hope this time it works out a little better. Anyway, I'll talk to my doctor tomorrow.
Sounds like a plan. Oh, fuck. Yep. I'm gonna save that. Oh, good God. Offer to join her at therapy? This is something that she has to face herself. I mean, this whole time we've been saying we'll do it together, I'm always with you kind of thing. Immediately saying, alright, have fun, tell me how it goes is kind of a terrible thing to do. Plus, she's very, very scared. She's only now doing this for us, specifically. If we're in this for the full ride. We're going to therapy with her. Oh, and Sayori? I can come with you to your therapy sessions, if you want.
Are you sure? Would they let you?
I think so. I mean, if you tell them you're okay with it, I don't see why not. You know what? That's a good question. Would they even let him in? I think if they don't let him in, Sayori will still be okay with it because we were willing to go with her to the sessions anyway. We still wanted to be there for her. So in the event the therapist says, "I'm sorry, you know, doctor-patient confidentiality kind of thing, I can't have you in the room with us," I think Sayori would understand that and at least knows our intentions were to be there for her. Physically beside her. Which is good. We're doing everything in our power to be there for her. If something out of our control, you know, the therapists and doctors and all that say, "Sorry, you can't be there." And I mean, it's literally something out of our control. We cannot do anything about that. We're making every effort to be there. We're showing our support best we can. Yeah. Just keep me updated, okay? I wouldn't want to miss your first session.
Okay then. And thank you. It's kind of daunting to start, so having you around should hopefully make it much easier.
I'm just glad I can help. I should maybe add therapy to the list. I'm gonna change the CW command. Ooh. CW edit. Therapy. Submit. So that should be updated now. Yep. There we go. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Where's my chat box? I'm actually going to move that up. That's better. Might be able to read it a little more now. Should have done that earlier. Oh well. I never really see it. The game covers the Streamlabs screen where it shows the the video preview. The downside of single monitor. I physically cannot fit a second monitor, and it would be too awkward to use my TV because then I'd be going. "Ugh!" That's just weird. Before I know it, the weekend has already arrived. It's been a few days since Sayori agreed to try therapy. With a slight nudge from me, she spoke to her doctor, who managed to arrange for her first therapy session tomorrow. As relieved as I am with such a speedy response, I'm still fairly apprehensive. Seeing how pervasive her condition is, interfering with her ability to get homework done, twisting her self-perception, it's been daunting. I can't lie. I guess just seeing how serious depression is has been a shock to my system. Part of me does worry that somehow me getting involved is actually a bad thing. Perhaps I'm somehow making it more complicated? Do I really know what I'm getting into here? No, Baron, don't listen to that silly irrational side. Let's look at the positives. She agreed to get some help, so this is the first step to recovery. Yeah, that's true. Plus I'm going with her, so at least we're making this step together, right? It should be fine. Being a chronic over-worrier truly is a curse. Being with Sayori makes me happy. It's best to focus on that and stop worrying about what could go wrong. Because if I constantly focus on the negatives, well, that's no good for anyone. Stay positive. Optimistic outlook, Baron. Optimistic outlook. After completing my morning routine, I find myself sitting at the kitchen, Sitting at my kitchen. Okay. At my kitchen? Why not just kitchen table? Aimlessly wondering about how to spend the day. One of the drawbacks of your first relationship is that you don't really know what you're meant to do with your partner. It's too cold to spend much time outdoors, so we're limited to the indoors. I check my watch. 10:14 a.m. Pretty early. Sayori wouldn't even be awake yet. As my gaze idly settles on the used plates in front of me, an idea hits me. Oh, Sayori would love this. About half an hour later, my work is done and carefully placed into a bag. I make the trip over to her room, hoping she's still asleep. I do love how we can just, waltz into her house like that. I mean, that was something established in base Doki Doki. How they can just easily, they've just known each other for so long that walking into each other's houses is nothing. I mean, I do that with my friends' places. At least the one friend. Just walk on, come on in, kind of thing. Sorry about that. I don't think I was up that late last night. No, I actually went to bed semi-earlier than I usually do. Shockingly enough. As I was hoping, she's fast asleep. No surprise, given it's not even 11 yet. As I approach her, I'm struck by how cute she looks when she's sleeping. Wait, that didn't sound super creepy, did it? I mentally chastised myself. Stop being so weird, Baron. Yes, please, between you and Cyber Sleuth Baron, you two are both fucking weirdos. God, Cyber Sleuth Baron loves to sniff people for whatever reason. And then here you are being cringy teenager. The way she's curled up into a ball, even with her hair being a mess and a slight trickle of drool leaking from her mouth, she's perfect. I don't think there's any way that this girl could ever look anything less than beautiful. The light sounds of her snoring turned my light smile into a heartfelt grin. Setting down my bag, I quietly walk over to her and gently brush a lock of hair that's fallen into her open mouth. She stirs slightly as my hand brushes against her forehead. Wakey, wakey, sleepyhead. 5 more minutes. I made you breakfast. She groggily sits up and rubs her eyes, hugging the blanket closer to her. You didn't have to, Baron. I can't help but feel disappointed and slightly irritated by her reaction. I was really looking forward to seeing how exuberant she'd be. What time is it? Like 11? Yawning, she pushes the covers off and sits up. She still looks quite tired. She gingerly opens the bag and forces a smile onto her face. You can thank your Dear Sunshine poem for inspiration. Especially that last line. I want breakfast. Oh. Well, Sayori's having a down day. That much was obvious from the moment she woke up. Oh, Sayori. God, I'm so selfish.
I have such a thoughtful boyfriend who's been super considerate and made me breakfast in bed, and I can't even thank you properly. You went through all this just for me. Anyone else would be really appreciative, and yet here I am complaining that you're here. Huh? No, it's not like that at all. I mean, yeah, I was hoping you'd be a little bit happier to see me, but... well, it's kind of on me for forgetting how difficult mornings can be for you. Don't worry about it. I can tell that my words haven't convinced her in the slightest. And I don't get the feeling that you don't want me here. Relax. She slowly starts chewing on the food. This is really good. It's pretty basic stuff, to be honest. But I'm glad you like it. Natsuki's cooking has nothing on me, as you can see. How is it that you want to make me laugh, even when it's the last thing I want to do? Magic, I think? Maybe I was a comedian in my past life? It's a question that science has been trying to answer for the past 100 or so years. By the way, can we just have a lazy day today? I don't really feel like going outside or anything. Fine by me. After she finished eating, we made our way back to mine. We pretty much resumed our standard activity of cuddling on the sofa. Maybe my earlier worries were unfounded after all. We're both content in just being in each other's presence, regardless of the activity. Sometimes all you need is just the presence, just the person. It's just good. I'm aimlessly flicking through the movie channel on TV. I whip out my phone. Okay. Yeah, I can see conflict coming from this at some point. Still? Again? Hi, Baron. What's up? Not much. Yuri carries on typing, and she's taking an awful long time to reply. I get the feeling that she's plucking up the courage to ask me something. Well, I was wondering... Go on. Would you like to discuss the book with me today? I haven't read much of it, to be honest. I think the movie version is on Netflix, though. Hang on, let me check. What's up? Oh, you know that book Yuri lent me? I'm checking to see if it's on Netflix. We're gonna have a horror night? Well, I told Yuri I'd let her know my thoughts on the book with her, but I haven't really read enough of it to really discuss it. But if I can find it on Netflix, then I thought we could all watch it together instead. Didn't get a notification you're on today. Damn it, Twitch! That's a Twitch fault. I'm gonna... Yeah, always Twitch's fault. Also, good morning. It's okay. You're here at least now. Even if you're here for 5 minutes, or even 10 seconds, it doesn't matter. I appreciate it nonetheless. How are you doing, Jen? How is the game's going okay. Yuri's trying to hang out with us a little more. Sayori is actually jealous of that and feeling like Yuri would be a better match for us. Because, well, you know, Sayori doesn't exactly have the highest opinion of herself.
Bright side, though, we managed to kind of convince her, but, you know, not force her to try out therapy. Though she did say she has tried therapy before when she was a lot younger. And said it didn't work, so she was very apprehensive about trying it again, but with the encouragement from us, she's willing to give it a try. It looks like your co-host is feeling herself up. Let Sayori do what she's gonna do. I cannot control her. So, yeah, actually, in-game, tomorrow in-game, is gonna be Sayori's first therapy session, and we said we would go with her. So, if we're able to get into the room with her while her first session happens, cool. We said we would be there for her, and we figure probably having a friendly face would help her more. And also, you know, not put everything we said as just kind of, you know, fluff. It's like, yeah, I'll be there for you. Have fun at therapy, bye. Kind of thing. We're trying to be supportive, but Game Baron knows our limits. We are just a teenage kid. We do not know how to handle something like this. We can only do so much, which is why we talked to her about going to therapy. Which is good. Very, very good. So now it's just a lazy day. Though Yuri has just texted asking about a book she lent us. Just wanting our thoughts on it, and now we're gonna turn into let's watch it on Netflix, because they're reading fucking it without saying it's it. Like, they don't say the specific name, but it's like, yeah, a bunch of kids fight a shapeshifter that feeds on their fears. It mostly appears as a clown. It's like, yeah, that's fucking Stephen King's It. Creepy. Oh my god. So we're gonna see how this goes. Oh, here it is.
Oh.
Are you okay with it?
Of course. I'd be a terrible friend if I stopped her from coming over. Other people are out there having tough times too.
She shifts her attention to the television, a wan smile on her face. Okay. I figured that if you were here too, you wouldn't feel like I was, I don't know, leaving you out or anything.
It's fine, Baron.
Dear God, that clown looks even uglier on the big screen. Hey, leave Tim Curry alone.
I never liked clowns.
Good news, I found it. You can come over. Sayori is here too, by the way. Are you sure that I wouldn't be interrupting anything? Nah, she said it's fine with she's fine with it. It's all good. Yeah, she said it, but come on, Baron, take the cues. She's not fine with it. She wanted a lazy day of just the two of you, and now it's a movie night with Yuri. One text later, and Yuri's waiting outside my door, book in hand. Hey, Yuri. Come on in. Sayori's in the living room.
Good afternoon, Baron. Thank you for suggesting this, by the way. I haven't seen the movie version yet.
Yeah, neither have we. Should be interesting. Count me out.
Hey, Yuri.
Yuri smiles in greeting.
I've heard good things about the film adaptation, so I'm hopeful that this will be enjoyable.
Only one way to find out. As predicted, Sayori is a massive chicken, jumping at every loud noise and suspenseful scene. Sayori is me. On the other hand, Yuri seems totally engrossed in the movie, never once looking away during an ominous scene. For the most part, it's difficult to read her face as she remains fairly impassive. Although a look of wonder and interest occasionally flickers across her face, especially when the monster is on screen. It's definitely one of the better horror movies I've watched. Granted, that isn't saying much, as I haven't seen too many. Yeah, same here. That's a genre I generally try to avoid. Me and horror don't go together. Okay, they must be watching the new version, so It Part 1, or Chapter 1, whatever it's called. Was that on Netflix a year ago? Must have been. I have to admit, the acting in this film really sells it. Both the clown and the young kids who serve as the protagonist are brought to life really well.
Oh no! Please don't tell me they're gonna go into that creepy building. Ah! Why would you go in there? It's just a nightmare waiting to happen!
She ducks behind a cushion, only peering out intermittently. Okay, I am not Sayori in this sense. I won't be hiding behind a pillow. I will just be leaving the room. Something she took to doing once the clown was first introduced. I laugh and pull her closer. She cuddles into my shoulder, turning her face so she can still see. Out of the corner of my eye, I catch Yuri quickly throwing us a glance. From my periphery vision, it's hard to tell, but she looks a little sad. I grimace a little. Clearly I forgot how isolated Yuri feels at home. Watching Yuri and I cuddle is probably a painful reminder. You got 2 arms, buddy. Yeah. Not a thing in this mod. I think there is one mod where somehow you're dating all of them at once, though. Probably a bunch of mods like that, in all honesty. There's mods for everything. Especially if Sayori's prediction about how Yuri feels about me is true. An hour or so later, and the movie's over. It's been really interesting to hear Yuri's thoughts, not just on the movie, but on the horror genre on the whole.
And that's something I admire about both the book and the movie. How they both approach and present the main theme of fear. A lot of film adaptations of books tend to over-sensualize the content, and many horror movies rely on cheap jump scares to elicit a reaction. Of course, there's nothing inherently wrong with a jump scare, but I find the best horror tends to really get under your skin and makes you think. Well, after you've finished.
Yeah, I agree. Jump scares just annoy me, really. They startle you, sure, and the build-up can be tense. But from what I've seen, horror movies make it really obvious when one's coming up. Yeah, the music is swelling, and it goes quiet. And then boom! It's always the same. The music goes really quiet or really spooky, the character's in a dark place.
Indeed. Sadly, it's quite the common occurrence with modern horror. There's not much left to your imagination.
I can't help but notice that Sayori's been very quiet throughout the discussion Yuri and I are having. You okay, Sayori?
I don't really have much to say. You two carry on. I'm fine.
She's looking absent-mindedly at the screen. Okay, yeah, this is in fact, It Chapter 1.
It's unfortunate the second part of the movie isn't out yet. It's like being only able to read half the book.
The second part is about the characters come back to fight the clown when they're adults, right?
Indeed. And that's where the plot really shines. Anyway, I have some errands to be getting on with, so I'm going to have to leave. Thank you both, by the way. I really appreciate it. That's okay, Yuri. I hope you're feeling better.
Yuri turns to me.
Oh, did you tell her?
My face grows hot. In my haste to reassure Sayori that nothing was going on between Yuri and I totally forgot that Yuri's confession was likely confidential. Oh, damn. Yeah, I did. Sorry, Yuri, I didn't think. I didn't realize it was private.
It's okay. I suppose it's only fair that there's clarity between two people in a relationship.
Whew. Glad that Yuri is so understanding.
Anyway, I'll see you two on Monday. Goodbye.
See ya.
Bye, Yuri.
As Yuri leaves, I turn to Sayori. She's looking a little rueful.
I hope you were right about the therapy, Baron. I'm dreading tomorrow.
It's gonna be just fine. Don't worry.
I hope so. I should probably get going as well. I'll see you tomorrow.
And with a wave, she departs as well. Okay. I'm not going to go any farther with Blue Skies today. I think that's an okay place to stop off for now. Tomorrow we can pick up with the day of therapy and the aftermath of it. Which I think is good. Yeah, this was I had our moments today. Again, bright side, Sayori's going to therapy with us. Okay, downside, she is still jealous of Yuri in a way. Still feeling that, she's more worth our time than she is herself, which is really, really sad. And then, I mean, there's also Yuri, who's just straight up lonely too, because we know what's going on with her. She's an orphan and hasn't told anybody. So that's a big thing. You want to help all of them. You want them all to have a good ending, but you can't help them all. Which sucks. Which really, really sucks. I'm just gonna check to see if my work schedule is up yet for next week. And... no, not yet. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. Hopefully later on today it'll be up and then I can make my schedule for next week. Which might have one more day of this. If I don't finish it off tomorrow, which I feel like I'm not going to. If I'm remembering, there's still a fair bit of stuff to go through. I'll know when I'm toward the end. At least I'm pretty sure I'll know when I'm toward the end. 'Cause, I mean, we're not even out of Valentine's Day yet. That's something that happened in Yuri's route that I'm pretty sure, that I'm actually damn sure happens in all the routes. So, yeah, 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. Back with this again. Just gonna keep going through it, see how far we get. Oh, God, that hurts. Later today, at some point on Twitter, I will post my, Gundam/Gunpla of the Week thing, like I've been doing for the past few weeks now, which I think is kind of fun. It makes me grab one of my old kits and fiddle around with it. And then just unload my useless trivia within the character limit. That is fun. If I run out of Gunpla models, I might just start using my Fig Arts and Figmas I have boxed away. Because why not? Okay. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching, commenting, lurking. Appreciate it very, very much, as always. I hope everyone has themselves a good rest of the day, and I'll see you next time.